Do not be sleeping on this co-main event because while Misha Cirkunov versus Wellington Turman might not jump out as the most enticing co-main event matchup you've seen in a while, this should be absolute fireworks. It is the Prodigy, and obviously you can't really call him that. It truly is full foul, taking on Misha Cirkunov, and Cirkunov made that debut at 185 most recently. He fought to a split decision against Krzysztof Jotko. I thought that was a fight that Jotko should have earned a unanimous decision win, but you could have made an argument that Misha Cirkunov had won that fight. But nonetheless, it was first of all surprising to see how that absolute brick powerhouse was able to make 185, and he actually looked pretty good physically despite that huge monstrous cut to middleweight. I was surprised by that first of all, and then I was also surprised that Jocko, when taken down, was able to just kind of spring right back up to his feet. And that didn't bode well for Cirkunov because right, he's a guy who's trying to get you down, trying to keep you there. And you wonder if he's going to try to implement something similar against Fofao, who finally picked up a win against Smile and Sam Alvey. It was a split decision, but there was those the late eye pokes, repeated eye pokes, which caused some very wonky judges' scorecards in that one. But we both watched that fight. It was clear that Fofao was not only back, but looking like the hype train that came into the UFC years ago. Because if you remember when Fofao first came into the UFC, this is a guy that a lot of people were saying, keep your eye out, potential title challenger down the line. And he sort of has underwhelmed with some losses to guys that he, on paper should have beat. The El Dirte Sanchez's, the Carl Robersons, and he did lose to Bruno Silva as well. But people are pretty bullish on Bruno Silva and what he can do. But he did look good in that last fight against Sam Alvey. So do you think Fofao is back, or is Cirkunov just going to be a little bit too much for him?
Yeah, no, Fofao is absolutely going to smash Misha. I don't think, if Misha loses to Johnny Walker, then he has a 0% chance beating Wellington Turman, aka Fofao. Fofao is an absolute savage. Y'all be sleeping. Tapology's bunch of casuals, and you need to get on the Fofao train with your boy Meat.
If Fofao is going to get this one done, because like you touched on, 81% of Tapology is bullish on Micha, and majority by submission, some beige for the decision, a little bit for the KO TKO. First of all, is there any sliver of a chance that Misha Cirkunov KOs your boy Turman? But if not the KO, you're really not convinced that Cirkunov can pull off a submission or decision against Turman?
So Misha, maybe, we've seen Wellington get KO'd before. Maybe, obviously anybody can get KO'd. So I got to give that little sliver. I would say that's accurate. The rest for me, Misha is going to be decision. That massive majority of Topology saying that the submission, y'all must have forgot Wellington Turman is a no joke black belt. I mean, this dude is from Brazil. Let's be honest. You don't mess with a Brazilian black belt. Those are the real deal. And but Misha's wrestling, we'll have to see if his is on a whole level. This is a levels test. I'm gonna be honest. But if Johnny Walker can get through Misha, I think my boy Fafal is gonna have an easy night.
But I understand that it's tough to say, but we gotta put some respect on Johnny Walker's name, bro. He will be back, maybe not, but you'd love to see it. In this one though, do you think that this is gonna play out on the feet? And so, do you think that's a bad idea for Misha? Because I almost think he'll have the advantage on the ground if he's able to keep Fofao there. I think that's just the great question. Can Fofao get up similar to how Jocko was able to? But on the feet, do you think that Turman might KO him? Like he did look pretty slick against Mount Sam.
Yeah, I could totally see a KO or a dominant unanimous decision. It'll be interesting. That's the one thing I'm just not sure what happens when it hits the mat. Is Misha gonna smother and just not let go of position, or is Wellington gonna submission from the back, or maybe even take him down? This will be very interesting, and I kind of hope it does hit the mat just to see, is Wellington truly as real as I think he is? That's what I'm most excited for.
Man, I'm going back and forth so hard on this one. Do I roll with Misha Cirkunov or do I roll with your boy Wellington Turman? And ultimately, after some serious deliberation, I gotta go with Misha Cirkunov. I just think he's gonna find a way to get this one done. I like him to take this fight to the mat, and I think that we're gonna see a confused Turman one down there because Cirkunov has some slick groundwork, and I think he's gonna have that old man strength that manages to just pin Turman. But if Turman is able to get just a beautiful finish on the feet early in this contest, that wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world because he looked good against Smiling Sam, and I hope that I hope for Meat Boy MMA's sake and your sake specifically that Fofao can just pick up another W because who doesn't love a little bit of Turman, right? So any last thoughts on this co-meet? I don't think you should sleep on it personally.
No, don't be sleeping on Fafau. This is gonna be a great fight, great levels test for him, and hopefully he can power through this and get to that top contender spot. Slow sizzle nonetheless. Make sure to smash that meat boys and subscribe.